Do, 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 do. We're going live. St. Louis Cardinals baseball brought to you by New Era Cap, the official hat worn in Major League Baseball, and brought to you by Budweiser, the #1 beer in Major League Baseball. Jose Barrios had a big game on the mound his last game versus the Brewers. The Cardinals got the sweep against the division rival Brewers. They look to extend the winning streak to 10. On the Red side of things, Nick Lodolo looking to turn around a rough patch. Candelario hitting .355 in his last 7 games. Rhett Lauder had a big game on the mound versus the Rockies, as well as Jake Fraley at the plate. Cardinals are trying to extend their winning streak. The Reds are also, as Nick Lodolo will get the start today for the Reds. The Cardinals will send Andre Palante to the mound. But here's Nick Lodolo's stats in his last 5 starts: 3-2, 28 innings pitched. His ERA is at 5.46, so he's been kind of roughed up a little bit on the mound, but he's hoping to turn it around, no pun intended, here against the Cardinals. Cardinals and Reds are coming up next. And there's Nick Lodolo on the mound today for the Reds, as he'll get the start in Game 1 of this 4-game series against the Cardinals. Here's Ezekiel Duran, a new addition to the team. Should have probably mentioned that first. His first pitch is a ball. So the Cardinals were able to pull off a nice little trade with the Rangers, sending away John King, a reliever, John King, and a catching prospect, a minor league catcher to the Rangers for Ezekiel Duran. See what we needed? We needed a backup shortstop. We kind of needed, a backup, infielder, utility guy, as Duran strikes out in his first Cardinal at bat. That'll bring in Alec Burleson. So, yeah, we just needed a backup, infielder, utility guy for this team for Mason Wynn, because we don't really have a backup shortstop, and so we just traded for one, because why not? And not to mention Duran, he can also play the outfield too, so it's like if Burleson or Lars Nootbaar or whatever say they needed a day off, no problem, we'll put Duran in the outfield somewhere. As Burleson has a 1-2 count here against Nick Lodolo with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. That is low, ball 2. We're hoping to try and get 2 games in today, as we have the first Cardinal game today, right now, and then we'll hopefully go live later tonight. Here comes a 2-2 from Lodolo. There's a sinker, there's a strikeout, back to Dak. Here in the top of the first inning, now bring in Wilson Contreras, hitting .277 in the month of April. The Cardinals we're actually in the last week of April, heading into this game, so we're still kind of ahead of the baseball season. There's a grounder to Candelario, throw to first in time. So the Cardinals do nothing in their half of the first, and now let's see what the Reds can do here against Andre Palante. 5 starts for him, 3.26 ERA. He won 1 start. He lost a start. He has a whip at 1.76, so the ERA is good, but the whip, we got to get that whip down somehow, some way. Here today versus the Reds, here's Jake Fraley. If you saw earlier in the pregame stuff, as you could see, the Cardinals were 22-6 heading into this game. So these Cardinals are doing a lot better compared to the real Cardinals, and as I mentioned that, the graphic showing the Cardinals' record shows up on the screen. There's a slider, 2 balls, 1 strike. Fraley hitting .273 on the year. or in the month of April, I should say. There's a fastball fouled off, and it's 2-2. He has 9 RBIs so far and 2 home runs. The 2-2 from Palante is fouled off once more. I think our last stream that we did, the Cardinals were at home against the Brewers. I think the Cardinals and Brewers play tonight in real baseball. But yeah, our last stream was against the Brewers. And then today we're in Cincinnati against the Reds. So we were literally at home for a weekend. And now we're back on the road. And then our next series after this will be another home series against the Mets. As there's a grounder to Gorman. Throw to first in time. That is out number 1. And here's the rest of the Reds lineup in this one. Jake Fraley was the leadoff hitter. Then Austin Hayes. Ellie De La Cruz hitting 198 in the month of April. Candelario, Tyler Stevenson, Christian Encarnacion, Reese Hines. And then the rest of the lineup was Cooper Bowman and Stuart Fairchild. Here is Austin Hayes hitting 268. There's a fastball taken for strike 1. Austin Hayes. This guy was with the Orioles, right? And then was traded to the Phillies. I remember when he was traded to the Phillies. I don't remember. I remember he wasn't very happy with being traded to the Phillies, if I remember correct.
1 and 2's the count.
And then in this game, he is with the Reds. Yep, he took a deal with the Reds in the offseason. 1-year deal, $5 million. There's a drop third strike. Herrera's throw down will be in time for out number 2. And you might notice something that I forgot to change the color of Herrera's catcher's gear. Usually, when we do road games, he has navy blue catcher's gear on. And today he's got all red catcher's gear on. Trying to keep it kind of like how Yadier Molina, he used to wear navy blue catcher's gear on the road because the Cardinals at the time would wear the navy blue caps. So I always try to have like my catchers wear like navy blue on the road and then wear the red catcher's gears at home. Ellie De La Cruz strikes out. Palante, I believe that was his first. No, that was his second strikeout. And now we go to the second after a scoreless first inning. Nolan Arenado leads off for the Redbirds here in the top of the second inning. Game 1 of a 4-game series between the Cardinals and the Reds. Arenado, this is year number 5 for him, I think, in St. Louis. It's crazy. Seems like yesterday the news was made that he was traded over from Colorado. There's a strikeout. Lodolo gets him looking. That's strikeout number 5 for him on the strikeout number 5. Strikeout number 3. Sorry. I don't know why I said 5. But here's Jordan Walker, who has 5 home runs to start off the year. There's a fastball taken, 1 ball, 1 strike. I think I promise my eyesight isn't bad. Maybe I probably misread the graphic. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to
2 and 2's the count.
Jordan Walker. As he hits one into right center field for a base hit. Walker rounding first, he's going to second. And that is going to be the first hit of the ball game. A 1-out double for Jordan Walker. That's his 4th double hit on the year. He's also second behind Shohei Ohtani in RBIs in the National League, so that's pretty exciting. Here's Ivan Herrera, who has 7 RBIs. 2 home runs, hitting .295.
That's a ball.
Had a solid bat at the plate. He's also a solid option to have behind the plate. Here comes a 2-0 from Lodolo. There's a fastball up high for ball 3. Here's the 3-0. And that's called for strike 1. Are you kidding? You're kidding, right? The ump really called that a strike? Well, this one is in the center field for a base hit. Walker will stay put at second, and it's 2-1, 1 out for the Redbirds here in the top of the second. And that'll bring in Trent Grisham. Hitting .372, no batting gloves. I feel like that's kind of a tradition for anybody who wears number 13 on the Cardinals to not wear batting gloves. Matt Carpenter, of course, he was number 13. He didn't wear batting gloves. And there's a grounder to De La Cruz. Throw to first is in time to get him, but the runners will move over to second and third now with 2 out. And now bring in Michael Ciani. Playing left field today as both Brendan Donovan and Lars Nootbaar have the day off. There's a pop-up. Candelario makes the catch. And the Cardinals squander a golden opportunity to try and take the lead. As we go to the Reds half of the inning, no score. 2 hits allowed so far in this game from Nick Lodolo, but he was able to get out of the inning. On to the bottom half now, no score. Candelario leads off for Cincinnati, hitting .234.
No, that's out.
In the cleanup spot today. 1 ball and 1 strike. That is off the glove of Contreras, but it goes foul. Look at some news around the league. The Dodgers had an extra winning win versus the Pirates. And the San Diego Padres had an extra inning win versus the Tampa Bay Rays. As Palante picks up his 3rd strikeout. Now bring in the Reds catcher Tyler Stevenson, hitting .190. Stevenson has 6 RBIs, 1 home run, a .568 OPS. Now that reminds me, for all my Reds fans out there listening to this stream or watching the stream, there is another series we do very similar to the franchise series, but we have a simulation game series that we do every Sunday night, kind of like how ESPN does their Sunday night games. And earlier this year, we actually did a Reds game, a game versus the Pittsburgh Pirates, and then all the way back in MLB 21, we attempted to do a franchise for this on this channel, and we actually did it with the Reds. And it didn't last very long, but we attempted a franchise series with the Reds. Full count to Tyler Stevenson with 1 out. Christian Encarnacion will be on deck. And Stevenson works a walk. Stevenson's aboard with Encarnacion coming up, hitting .155. That is hit foul. And the count is 0-1. Ironically, going back to that Reds franchise that we attempted to do, our opening day was against the Cardinals. I think we did a couple games versus the Cardinals, one in Cincinnati, one in St. Louis. The game in St. Louis ended on a Nolan Arenado walk-off home run. It's crazy. That's fouled off and the count's 0-2. I think this is the farthest that we have done a franchise so far. Here's the 0-2 from Palante. There's a fastball, struck him out. That's number 4 for Palante on the afternoon. Here's Reese Hines hitting .214.
Nope, ball.
There's a slider, and the umpire calls that a ball. Hey, this guy, he called a pitch that was outside the zone in a Yvonne Herrera at bat in the last half of the inning, and he called that a strike. There's a liner to Contreras. Steps on the bag, gets the out, and we are out of the inning. We go to the third. No score. Top of the third inning here in Great American Ballpark, home of the Cincinnati Reds since 2002. Is that right? 2002? 2003. This is also a good time to talk about the Cardinals theme tickets. Theme tickets are a great way to get access to exclusive promotional items and fan events. For details and full list of dates, visit cardinals.com/theme. As Nolan Gorman starts the inning off with a single. That is the third hit in this game for the Cardinals. This coming weekend, Friday, May 2nd, or next weekend, I guess, it is going to be Grateful Dead night at the ballpark on Friday, May 2nd. And then Sunday, May the 4th, will be Star Wars Day at the ballpark. That'll be on May 2nd through the 4th when the Cardinals play the New York Mets. That same weekend, the Cardinals will be giving away a reversible bucket hat presented by Brown and Crouppen, Brendan Donovan bobblehead night on May 3rd, and then alongside a kids Brendan Donovan headband. And then on Sunday, May 4th, it will be a Cardinals stuffed bag presented by Edward Jones. Again, that'll be the next series when the Cardinals play the New York Mets. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's Ezekiel Duran filling in for Mason Wynn today. There's a fastball, strike 2. Duran struck out his last time up. Let's see what he can do his second time up. There's a fastball, and the umpire rings him up. That's strikeout number 4 for Lodolo. Here is Alec Burleson. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. There's a fastball up high for ball 1. Burleson 2 for 11 lifetime against Lodolo. Lodolo struck him out 7 times, ironically. And that's going to even up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball, strike 2.
1 and 2.
And that is going to be out number 2 as Burleson flies out. Here comes Contreras. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Here's the 0-1. Circle change, strike 2. Here's the 0-2. There's a grounder to second. And the top of the third comes to a close. 3 hits in this game for the Cardinals. Still no runs scored. As we go to the Reds half of the inning, no score. Bottom half of the third coming up here at Great American Ballpark. Game 1 of a 4-game series between the Cardinals and the Reds. Cooper Bowman, 4th round pick in 2021. And is hitting 8th in the lineup for the Cincinnati Reds. In this game, he is hitting .256. Bowman, originally drafted by the Yankees in 2021 out of Louisville. Ended up going to college at both. He started off at Iowa Western, Community College in Council Bluffs, Iowa, and then transferred over to Louisville. And actually put up solid numbers while he was in Louisville. And then was drafted by the Yankees. Spent a little time with the A's, minor leagues. I don't know how he ended up on the Reds in this, but it's weird. Since he's with the A's, either way, it doesn't really matter. Full count. Bowman pokes it foul into right field. So he was a Rule 5 pick by the Reds on December 11th. There's ball 4 to Cooper Bowman, the second walk allowed by Palante. And then I guess somehow he ended up back on the A's, but in this game he's with the Reds. Here's Stuart Fairchild. Here's a grounder to Arenado, 1, and they get them both for a double play. And a nice turn by Arenado. That's the type of stuff you want to see out of a Gold Glove third baseman. 2 outs. Here's Jake Fraley, 0 for 1.
No, that missed. That's a ball.
That is taken outside for ball 1. Fraley grounded out his last time up to Nolan Gorman at second.
2-0.
That's up by 2-0.
That's a ball.
3-0.
3-0. Take your base.
And
Ball
another 4-pitch walk from Palante. He's having troubles throwing strikes. I don't think his control is like very good. That's 77. Two outs. Here's Austin Hayes. Reds with the runner at first again on a walk. There's a strike, 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Here comes the 0-2. There's a strikeout. And Palante. 3 scoreless innings here in Cincinnati. We go to the 4th. And Nolan Arenado, will lead off for the Redbirds here against Lodolo. Struck out his first time up. Arenado, Jordan Walker, and Ivan Herrera.
Ball. 1-1.
There's a strike, 1-2.
1-2 is the count.
There's a strikeout for Lodolo. Out number 2 is recorded here at the top of the 4th. Keaton, hey, what's going on, good sir?
Ball. 1-0.
Ball 1 to Herrera. 2 outs in the top of the 4th. There's a fastball, 2-0.
Yeehaw. Hey. Click through.
And Herrera's gone on strikes as we go to the bottom of the 4th. No score. Ellie De La Cruz leads off for the Reds. Here in the home half of the 4th, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. A lot of strikeouts in this game, and that's the first hit for the Reds. They've had 4 guys reach first base now, 3 walks, and now the base hit for De La Cruz. Here's Candelario.
He's in there. Hey.
Oh for 1. Here today. There's a fly ball to left. There's out number 1.
Now that is catcher Tyler Stevenson.
Ball.
One out. There's a fly ball to left center. There is out number 2. Josh, did you see the no-hitter on Easter Sunday Max Fried had? I did. Yeah, I did see he almost had a no-hitter. I saw that on the news somewhere. Two outs. Here's Encarnacion. I'll admit I haven't really watched a lot of baseball in the past couple years, mainly because I don't have cable or the MLB.com app or the TV app or whatever. So I just follow mainly through my phone and YouTube and all that stuff. Grounder to short, Duran. Inning over. The bottom half of the Cardinal lineup coming up as we go into the 5th. No score here in Cincinnati.
Leading off for St. Louis, center fielder.
Today's starters in the first 4 innings of this game, Palante had allowed 1 hit, 3 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Lodolo, meanwhile, has allowed 3 hits and has recorded 6 strikeouts in 4 innings played. So how about that? Lodolo allowing 3 hits, and then Palante allowed 3 walks. You should try doing a fantasy draft for baseball. That would be cool. Maybe I'll do like a little video doing a fantasy draft or something. That's what this series was originally going to be, a fantasy draft, but I'm like, you know what? Let's just try and keep it like real baseball. Trent Grisham, 0-2 count.
One ball, 2 strikes.
1 and 2. There's a fastball, strike 3.
That missed. That's a ball.
Fly ball to left, 2 outs. As Ciani flies out to Fraley. That'll bring in Nolan Gorman.
That's a ball.
Here's Gorman 0 for 4. There's a lady that said that was a terrible call. We'll call that a terrible call as Nolan Gorman gets his second hit of the afternoon.
Now batting shortstop.
Afternoon, the evening. It's evening time. Well, it's probably afternoon in in the West Coast. Here is Duran. Runner on first, 2 outs.
Ball. Hee-haw. 1-1.
Fly ball to left, and that is out number 3.
That's a ball.
Ball 1 to Reese Hines as the Reds have the bottom of their lineup due up here in the bottom of the 5th. Cardinals also have some action going on in their bullpen.
Heck.
There's a fastball, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Right.
There's a strike, 1 and 2.
Did he go?
Check swing, and that is called for ball 2.
Three.
And there's a strikeout. You know what happened today? But someone tried to beanbag in my ankle. Threw a beanbag in your ankle? Oh, Jesus. Hope your ankle's okay. As Contreras makes the catch and foul ground for out number 2. And Cardinal skipper is deciding, you know what? Time to go to the bullpen early.
For St. Louis, number 64, Ryan Fernandez.
Ryan Fernandez is the first up out of the bullpen. He's not doing very good in real life, but in this franchise, he's actually doing pretty solid.
Heck.
Like, really solid.
That's a ball.
There's a slider for ball 1.
Ball.
2 and 1.
2-1.
2 and 2.
2-2.
Two and 2.
Now batting left fielder,
Another base hit, 2-out single as Fraley comes in. He's 0 for 1 with a walk.
No, he's safe. Ball.
Pick.
Nope.
Runner's going down to second, and he is in with a stolen base. Two-out stolen base for Fairchild. That was very risky. Have you seen the Rocky City Connectors? I have. Those are nice. Base hit into center. A run will score for the Reds, and it's 1-0. Two outs. Here's Austin Hayes. Ball 1. One ball, one strike is the count. There's a strike, 1-2. And another strikeout as Fernandez allows a run. We go to the 6th inning, 1-0 Cincinnati. Lodolo is still in the game. That's good, I guess, for him. You think the Yankees should have a City Connect jersey? Me too. I've seen like a lot of like AI designs of, or a lot of like designs of what the Yankees City Connect jerseys would look like.
Ball.
One ball, one strike. Here's the pitch to Contreras. There's a strike, and it's 1-2.
1-2.
Grounder to second. Bowman. Throw to first in time. That's out number 2. Lodolo has good shoes and on the game. He does. He has some nice socks too. Obviously you can't see them.
Outside. That's a ball.
Fly ball into right field, and that ball is down for a 2-out double. How long is Newport injured? He's off the injured list. He's just off today because his energy bar was low. So you might see Newport the next game, or we might bring him in as a pinch hitter.
0-2.
A little blooper out to right. That's a fair ball. Runner might come in to score. And just like that, the Cardinals tie it up at 1. Jordan Walker ties up the game. And Nick Lodolo is out of the game. Here is Taylor Rogers. The lefty comes in to face Ivan Herrera, who's 1 for 2 today.
Ball.
Here's a cutter up high, ball 1.
1-0.
Two outs. Here's the 1-1 to Herrera. There's a cutter for ball 2. Here. Here's the 0-1 to De La Cruz. You've been watching my videos since you were 15, and now you're 16? Oh, that's cool. Glad that you've been watching the channel for about a year.
1-2.
Third baseman, Jamer Candelario.
There's a fly ball, and that is pulled foul. The count is 0-1.
Strike 2.
There's a strike, 1-2.
No balls. 2 strikes. Ball.
Now batting, catcher Tyler Stevenson.
And there's another base hit for the Reds. 2-out single for Stevenson.
Now batting, first baseman Christian Encarnacion Strand.
Ball. That's outside.
Your favorite City Connect jerseys are the Guardians and Dodgers jerseys. The Diamondbacks, dude. Diamondbacks, those are probably my favorites.
1-1.
If I had to say my top 3 favorite City Connect jerseys, It would be the White Sox because I live in Illinois, and so kind of exposed to those a lot. And so those are probably one of my favorites. The Diamondback City Connects are nice. Let's see. I really like the Rangers City Connect jerseys too. And then, so those are like my top three. And then I'd also have to say the Nationals City Connect jerseys. And let's see. I think the Tigers have cool Connect jerseys too.
Ball. Two and two.
And a strikeout for Taylor Rogers. And Trent Grisham strikes out for the second time. He's 0 for 2, 0 for 3. Here is Michael Ciani.
Ball.
There's a sinker for ball one. Ciani also 0 for 2 today. Let's see, are there any other City Connect jerseys that are pretty cool? The Braves have nice City Connect jerseys. The Cardinals, they have some good City Connect jerseys too. So there's this this retail store, it's called Rally House. And Rally House is this store. It's kind of like Dick's Sporting Goods where they sell sports stuff. Well, instead of like they sell like jerseys and stuff.
Ball four, take your base.
As Ciani works a walk with one out here in the seventh, here's Nolan Gorman. 2 for 2 on the day, hitting 150 on the season. But as I was saying, yeah, there's this retail store called Rally House, and so like they sell sports merchandise like jerseys, hoodies, hats, that type of stuff. And so they sell like that type of stuff for like the colleges here in Illinois, like the Illini, of course, in the Big Ten, you know, Illinois State, Northern Illinois, Eastern Illinois, Southern Illinois, you know, that type of stuff. And then, of course, they also sell merchandise for like the Chicago and St. Louis teams, like because I'm from the central part of Illinois, and so there's a lot of Cardinals and Blues fans here. So there's like Cardinals, Blues, the soccer team. There's a nice play by Bowman, and he gets the double play. Oh man, time to stretch. Here in Cincinnati, a double play ends the top of the inning. Game's tied at 1. Zach Jackson comes in relief. I'll finish up my little Rally House story. But yeah, they have like Cardinals jerseys, Cubs, White Sox, Bears, Bulls, the Blackhawks, all that type of stuff. Shout out to Rally House.
1-0.
They're a nice little store. There's like a few little Rally House locations in Champaign. There's one in the mall. There's one just a normal location, and then there's one near campus, the University of Illinois campus. There's one not too far, or it's on campus, I should say, that just sells Illini stuff. 1-2 pitch, re-signed, strikes out. Here's the 0-1 to Bowman. There's a circle change. 1 ball, 1 strike. Bowman with the little pop-up in foul grounds. Contreras lets it go. Here's the 1-2.
He's up.
Grounder to second. 2 away.
Now batting, center fielder, Stewart, Fairchild.
You think the Red City Connect jerseys are good? I think the hats are nice. I'm not a huge fan of the jersey itself, though. As Siani makes the play to end the 7th inning. 8th inning time here at Cincinnati. Game stat at 1. Emilio Pagan next up out of the Cincinnati bullpen. He will face Ezekiel Duran, who's 0 for 3 in his Cardinal debut.
Nope. Ball.
Cutter. Ball 1.
That's in. Ball.
There's a pitch taken low for ball 2.
That's a ball. Outside.
There's one outside, ball 3. Here's a 3-0. There's a fastball, 3-1.
Foul ball. Nope, that's ball 4. Runner, take your base.
Now batting, right fielder, Alex Burleson.
That's a ball.
Burleson
Ball, no strikes.
takes the first pitch he sees, ball 1. I should also give a little shout out. I know he's not watching, but give a quick little shout out to Ultra Sport Network. He's a sports video game commentator. Next time you do a franchise, you should make a Rockies franchise. Maybe next year. Maybe next year I'll do a Rockies franchise. Here comes a 2-1 from Pagan. Yeah, Ultra Sport Network. He does baseball, he does football, hockey. He even does like other sports like soccer and cricket.
Now batting,
So yeah, definitely go give him a shout out, or definitely go give him some support, show him some support, give him a look. Tell him that Let's Talk Sports sent him over. Put a link to his channel in the chat. He's already surpassed me in subscribers, so that's a good thing to see. Oh, you do watch him? That's cool. We did a game. I think it was the Army-Navy game. That was a game that we did together. And it was pretty fun. There's a fly ball into right. Catch is made. For out number 1, the Redbirds have runners at first and second.
Nolan Arenado.
Yep.
Pack. 0-1. Ball, that's up.
There's a cutter taken 1-1. Is a count to Arenado. And he's got a 1-2 count. Duran's the runner at second, and Burleson's at first. 2 on, 1 out. Arenado fouls off the splitter. Splitter struck him out. First strikeout for Pagan. He has 15 strikeouts this year. Here's Jordan Walker. There's a splitter fouled off. Pagan, he's been relying on that splitter a lot. Splitter, cutter, four-seam fastball. It's the pitch selection that he has. Fastball, taken 1 ball, 1 strike. Jordan Walker 2 for 3 today with a double hit back in the second, and then he also singled his last time up.
Nope.
2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Two and two. Am I going to watch the NFL draft tonight? I'll try and watch it. I might keep track of it again on my phone. I'm interested to see who the Patriots take, because you don't know, I'm a Patriots fan for football. And I've seen that they might take either Abdul Carter. I've seen that they might take Will Campbell. He's this left tackle out of LSU. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, with the game still tied at 1. Phil Mayton is next up out of the Cardinal bullpen. Phil Mayton, he's actually from Chatham, Illinois. That's not too far from where I live. Chatham, Illinois, that's over in the Springfield area. I have a friend who played community college baseball over in Chatham. And I think he was teammates with Phil's brother, if I'm correct. Him and Nate Mayton, they were teammates in travel ball, I believe. I don't remember, but there's a pop-up. Arenado makes the catch. Here's the 0-1 to Austin Hayes. That's fouled off.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Connor struck him out. That was a very debatable call on the umpire's end, and luckily it worked out in Phil Mayton's part.
Ball.
I'd rather get Travis Hunter and go Patriots. Yes, go Patriots, and yes, I'd love to try and get Travis Hunter. I know an offensive line, like drafting an O lineman, like I guess I get it. That's like a very kind of a boring pick, but at the same time, it's like we really need a left tackle. And I feel like Will Campbell, we add him into this to our O-line. I think he can be like a really good weapon, offensive line weapon. But at the same time, it would be cool to get Travis Hunter because Nolan Gorman makes Nolan Gorman, what were you doing, dude? Yeah, it would be cool to get Travis Hunter just because Drake May needs a weapon. Nolan Gorman, what were you doing, dude? Bro, you couldn't even make a throw to first? Come on, man.
That's a ball.
I get it, Nolan Gorman's 2 for 3 on the day with the bat, but that doesn't mean you can't, that doesn't mean you can't play defense. Look at this. Look at this dude. If I can find the clip. Good lord, there's a lot of them. But yeah, look at this. Like, you couldn't even make a throw. Like, I get De La Cruz, you know, he's a fast guy. Don't get me wrong, but come on, you could have made a throw to first. Come on. Even if he was going to be safe, I mean, it's like you could still try and make an effort. Come on, dude. All right, that I'm not too happy with that, but I'll get over it. I'm not gonna have a grudge over Nolan Gorman forever for that. If he did that in real life, then I'd be even more pissed. But since this is a video game, I'll let it slide. But don't do that in real life, Nolan Gorman, because if you do, then I'm gonna be really, I'll be pissed. Cutter strikes out Candelario.
Now pitching for the Reds, number 43,
Alexis Diaz comes in now out of the Reds bullpen. Last chance for the Cardinals to last chance for the Cardinals to try and get things going before heading into extra innings. Herrera leads off. He is 1 for 3 today. And then it's Trent Grisham and Michael Ciani to follow. Your dad is a huge Bengals fan? That's cool. One of my old friends that I used to play video games with, she's a big Bengals fan. She likes Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and all those guys. Yeah, Bengals are a good team.
2-2.
Fly ball to left. And that is out number 1. Here is Brendan Donovan. Hitting 149. Comes in off the bench to pinch hit for Trent Grisham. Donovan hits it fair down the left field line. It's going to go into the corner. Donovan's on his way to second. And it's going to be a 1-out double as the Cardinals have the winning run in scoring position with Michael Ciani due up.
Yeehaw! 0-1.
That is fouled off, and the count is 0-2 to Michael Ciani. 0 for 2, walked his last time up. That's fouled off. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. There's strike 3 called for Diaz. 2 outs, runner at second. Here is Nolan Gorman, 2 for 3.
No, that missed. That's
Fastball taken. I've been a Patriots fan since Tom Brady was QB since 2008.
Ball.
So since you've been born. So you're a Patriots fan since the day you were born? Me too, brother. I'm 21 years old. I've been a Pats fan almost my whole life. Realistically, since I was 8 or 9, because that was when I was old enough to start following sports. Or really get an understanding of professional sports. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Nolan Gorman. The winning run for the Cardinals is at second.
Count is full.
3-2. Crowds on their feet here in Cincinnati. That's fouled off again. Gorman doing everything he can to keep this at-bat going. And ball 4 on a 2-seamer. And Mason Wynn will come in to pinch run. And Ezekiel Duran will come in to bat, obviously. Duran 0 for 3 today. There's a fastball taken for strike 1. Both teams have allowed left 6 runners on base throughout this ball game. Duran hits it out to left field. Fraley goes back, and this ball is down. Donovan scores. Here comes Gorman. The throw in from Fraley reaches the cutoff man, and the Cardinals have a 3-1 lead. Ezekiel Duran unloads the bases, and just like that, it's 3-1 St. Louis here in the 9th. Terry Francona pops out of the dugout and brings in Tony Santillan to replace Diaz and try and get Burleson out before going to the bottom of the 9th. Burleson, first pitch fastball up high, ball 1. Burleson 1 for 4 today with the single. 1 of 9 hits in this game for the Cardinals. Ezekiel Duran, the runner at second. He's got a big smile on his face. First game as a Cardinal, and he hits a 2-run double in the 9th inning to give his team a 3-1 lead. Ryan Helsley, he'll be most likely coming in to get the save when we come back for the home half of the inning. There's a fly ball in the center. And we're going to the bottom of the 9th. We're going to see a little change on the field. Brendan Donovan comes in to play center field, and Mason Wynn will come in and play second to replace Nolan Gorman at second. And Brendan Donovan replaces Trent Grisham in center. And Ryan Helsley replaces... Who was on the mound the last inning? It was Phil Maton.
That's in. Ball.
One ball, one strike.
That's a ball.
Fastball up high, ball 2.
Here.
2-2. Christian Encarnacion 0 for 3 today.
Full count.
Full count. 2 Encarnacion and Reese Hines on deck.
Hut.
And there's strike 3. Ryan Helsley now 2 outs away from a save, and the Cardinals are 2 outs away from a win. With Reese Hines up next. This will be a good time to remind you guys we will be live again tonight. We might do another Cardinals game. I'm not too sure if it's going to be a Cardinals-Reds game or if it'll be the next series. It'll be Cardinals and Mets. There's a fly ball to right. Burleson is there to make the catch, and the Cardinals hold on. A 3-1 Redbird winner on the road. They win game 1 of this 4-game series here in Cincinnati. A nice little 3-1 winner. Ezekiel Duran with a 2-run double that would give the Cardinals a 3-1 lead. Ryan Helsley with the save. Phil Maton with the win. And that's all we have for you today here on Let's Talk Sports here on this Cardinals franchise mode. That concludes this game. Again, we will most likely be live again tonight. Again, not too sure if you guys want to see Cardinals Reds again or if you want to see Cardinals Mets, just let me know. Make sure to leave a like. Best way to show your support, subscribe if you're new here. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. Let's see if we can try and get that by the end of the year. As for right now, I got a couple things I got to do today, and so I should probably do those things right now. But with that said, Josh Wright signing off from Cincinnati.